YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back with some more NFL record predictions for the upcoming 2019 season. This one's for the LA Chargers. We've went through pretty much every team. We've got the rest of the AFC West, then the NFC West, then we get into my playoff predictions, Super Bowl predictions, and plenty more to come. But the Chargers, breaking them down, I've mentioned it throughout these videos when teams have been matched up with the Chargers that I think the Chargers are one of the more complete teams in football. Just like every other team, it's about quarterback play and staying healthy pretty much, especially when you complete. You just got to go out there and execute. I think they have one of the better secondaries in football, if not the best. Their linebacker group, it's not the best out there, but still can be solid. Defensive line, I love the addition of Jerry Tillery. I think he's going to be key. I think he's going to get more production for guys like Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa because they're worried about the interior pressure of Jerry Tillery, and it could force the quarterback out right into the hands of one of those two pass rushers. So that's why I really like that fit. The Chargers never went out and got that interior pass rush guy, really, and they finally did that. So I do like that. Melvin Ingram, I'm really high on him. I've always been. He's always been one of my favorite players. Not on my team just because what he does. If you just watch this guy, the amount of things he does, where he lines up, all these different spots, he's super important to that defense, as he would be to any defense. The offense, maybe a little bit concerned on the right side of the offensive line, but they have some young guys from a few years ago that I expect to step up, and the offensive line should be solid. Melvin Gordon's just got to stay healthy, and he's one of the top backs in football if he's healthy. And Phillip Rivers got to control the game. At the end of the year, there was a game here and there where he had some turnovers, so he's got to limit that. But most of the year last year, he's even considered an MVP caliber player. So I trust him. I trust him to continue to play well, but maybe some slight concern that can a guy at his age decline a little bit? It's a possibility, but as is to some of the other guys that just really haven't declined too much over the years. So, and I love their receiver unit as well. But yeah, right before we get started with this, 20K, that's our subscriber goal. We're almost there thanks to the great support. We got daily sports videos. Every video usually starts at about 2 p.m. Eastern every single day. And clicking that like button, check out our Twitter. Twitter, we answer questions, and we have polls. Once I get through a division with these record predictions, I post a poll on there who will win this division. You guys vote. It's a lot of fun. Appreciate it if you check that out. On to the Chargers. Week 1 against the Colts, right off the bat, that should be a good game. We've seen the Chargers over the years just struggle to start the year strong. And, so people are going to doubt them, I guess, early in the year. And they can lose this game, but I'm sticking to my original pick here. I'm picking the Chargers at home. I think it's key being home there. I think, them being a balanced team, it's going to take another balanced or complete team to really throw them off matchup-wise. Not too many teams match up that well against them. I think the Chargers can slow down the Colts offense, not stop it, but they can score on the Colts defense as well. So I do like the Chargers there. Against the Lions, I did the Lions video, and I had a gut feeling on this one. I'm sticking to it. I actually picked the Lions in this one. I think the Chargers are the better team. This is just a gut feeling about how the Chargers play around this time of year, and then the Lions, how they play around this time of year. This is kind of a move for both those teams. The Lions could go out and actually win this one. They're a pretty balanced team. Again, I think the Chargers are better. It's just a gut feeling. I'm going with the Lions in week 2. Week 3 against the Texans. I like the Chargers at home. They'll get insane pressure on Deshaun Watson here and make it very difficult for him. So the pressure is the difference. Chargers win. Against the Dolphins, very similar situation. I think they can get a ton of pressure on whoever the quarterback is, or I expect Josh Rosen, and that'll be the difference. Really would be, because the Dolphins' offensive line could struggle. So I think in week 4 the Chargers win that. The Broncos at the Chargers. Pass rush versus pass rush here. Maybe the 2 top pass rushing teams in football this year, possibly. I like the Chargers at home. The Broncos could cause them problems, could be a low-scoring game. I just trust the Chargers offense a little more. So matchup reasons, definitely the Chargers. Steelers at the Chargers. I definitely like the Chargers in this one. They match up, like I said, they match up well against a lot of teams. I think they match up very well against the Steelers. And the reason being, they can score on the Steelers. They can keep putting points up. They're not going to put, 40 points up every week or even high 30s or anything like that. But they'll put the points on the board here. And the main thing here is they can definitely come up with maybe an interception or two or turnover or two that will be key in the game here against the Steelers. Against the Titans, I actually am going with the Titans on this one. They played last year. I think the Titans really outplayed them. There's some terrible play calls at the end there, but really last year doesn't have anything to do with it. But we see the Titans can play with them if they're fully healthy. I like the way they match up with them here at home. If it was in LA, maybe a different story. And again, I think the Chargers are the better team. I'm just picking the Titans in this one. In Chicago, I'll take the Bears. I think the difference is being in Chicago. The Bears defense, may be able to get a turnover, maybe 2 on Phillip Rivers there, and then and the Chargers won't be able to score enough points there. But the Bears don't score a whole bunch, and the pressure of the Chargers could throw off Trubisky, but I just like the Bears at home there. I think they get a turnover too, and that's the difference. The Chargers could do that too on defense, but in Soldier Field in Week 8, I like the Bears. That'll be a heck of a game. I'm looking forward to that one. Week 9, Packers-Chargers. I like the Chargers there, and they're not going to stop them, but they can slow down that Rodgers offense. It's just enough to win that game. Thursday night in Oakland, I like the Raiders getting one on the Chargers here. I think this one could be a shootout, just a feeling. And then Oakland, primetime, home, we'll take them. Chiefs-Chargers. So the Chargers actually don't get a home game against the Chiefs, but I still got them winning here in this one. I think the Chiefs, real good team, could win the Super Bowl just like the Chargers. They're both contenders, but the Chiefs, for some reason, I just really like the matchup for the Chargers. The Chiefs have holes, Chargers don't. Does that mean the Chargers have a better chance to win the Super Bowl? Not necessarily, but head to head, I like the Chargers. And then we got we got a bye week, and the Chargers Broncos. The Broncos definitely could get one on them. They played well on them. I think it was last year, but for some reason I'm picking the Chargers here. I think they're very similar teams. When they're so similar, it's just who do you trust to go out and execute better? Phillip Rivers, Joe Flacco, and I got to go with the Chargers there. So I have 2 wins for them. Then they're at Jacksonville. And, Nick Foles could turn up this time of year. I think the defense could cause a couple turnovers, so I do like the Jags in Jacksonville here. The Vikings and the Chargers, I think what could be a low-scoring game, some good defense here. I think the Chargers' pressure may be too much. And the Vikings get some good pressure too, so that could be a problem. But in L.A., the Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram, and Jerry Tillery could be too much for Kirk Cousins there. Raiders-Chargers, no way the Raiders 2-0. The Chargers, I like them. And like I said, I just really like the matchup for the Chargers against the Chiefs. So even in KC in Week 17, I like the Chargers. So I got them going 11-5. Pretty much they're the better team almost all the way through. It's just some sort of matchup problems and gut feelings. You could argue the Bears are better. I mean, the Vikings, if they get back to where they were, that's a really good game. But I just like the Chargers for matchup reasons there for sure. The Colts in the Week 1's going to be good. The Chiefs could be better in the long run. But, I like this Chargers team pretty complete. We've seen them. What scares me is, like I talked about in the past, they just start off a little shaky. And then, Phillip Rivers, can he stay consistent? So that's really the 2 questions. And every single team you can say, can they stay healthy? The Chargers stayed healthy for the most part last year. Melvin Gordon needs to stay healthy. But Keenan Allen, obviously. But, I like this team. I like the way they put their roster together. Those teams always really aren't rewarded with the Super Bowl a lot. The teams that you just love their roster so much, it just ends up being coaching, staying healthy, and executing on, every week to week. So I do like this team a lot. We'll see if they get it done this year. Can't wait to do my playoff predictions. We'll see how I have them doing there. But we're almost through this. We got 2 teams left in the AFC West. Then we got 4 teams left in the NFC West, then playoff predictions, then Super Bowl predictions. Then I'm going to get the other Goat House guys to join me, and we'll get their predictions. So not everybody agrees with me, but maybe they'll agree with one of those guys. It's good here at the Goat House. We got multiple perspectives on things, so pretty cool. We also have plenty more NFL content to come, plenty on the channel, and NBA draft content to come as well as free agency for the NBA. So can't wait for all that. Daily sports videos here at the Goat House. Please subscribe if you haven't quite yet. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Goodbye.